Hello and welcome everyone. This is Ahmed Kabir from AllTechSoft. This video is part of our ATS-Career Up Academy initiatives. We are going to discuss two popular Python frameworks. We're going to compare them and figure out how to choose one among them. Flask and Fast API are two popular Python frameworks. Flask is lightweight and more flexible. Fast API is modern and it has an API first approach. These are the high level overview about the frameworks. Flask was released in 2010 while Fast API was released on 2018. Flask has a minimalist approach while Fast API is more modern. The learning curve is for Flask is lesser compared to Fast API. And Fast API has a API first approach while Flask in particular doesn't have any such approach. Flask is WSGI based while Fast API is ASGI based. Flask has limited asynchronous support while Fast API has native support for asynchronous. Flask is WSGI based. WSGI stands for Web Server Gateway Interface. This is asynchronous by default. Fast API is ASGI based. ASGI stands for Asynchronous Server Gateway. These are different standards. It has native support built in. It has a native asynchronous support built in. It supports WebSockets as well as streaming. Regarding the developer productivity, Flask has a minimal structure, so it's more easy to develop. And the validation and documentation you need to do manually. Regarding Fast API, it has automatic validation and the built-in Swagger support it has. The best use cases for Flask, the existing Flask code base, you can continue using the Flask. Then for simple CRUD APIs, simple APIs, internal tools, small teams, no heavy validations are needed. Such scenarios Flask could fit more. Fast API is more useful in the scenarios where microservices, high traffic APIs, asynchronous workloads, AEML interfaces, contract first APIs, that type of development approach. Then teams that have a value about concerned about type safety, there also Fast API seems to be shining. Regarding the deployment, Flask is using gUnicorn while Fast API is using UVCon. Both can run on the Docker containers, while Fast API has more support on the Kubernetes frameworks. This is a summary table to choose the technology. If you are starting a new API, Fast API could be your first choice. If you need a Swagger without effort, definitely Fast API is going to be your choice. Existing Flask app, you can consider continue using the Flask. And high concurrency, definitely Fast API is a good choice. If you have a simple prototype to be developed, then Flask is a best choice. Then coming to microservices, for Flask is your choice. Hope you have enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for listening. We will come up with more videos.